I'm doing my 5-minute basic, easiest, simple makeup look, and this is as simple as it gets for me. If I don't do this, then I pretty much just leave it all together. You know, like if I want to feel a little bit better and look a little bit more presentable, but I don't want to put in the time and effort to do that, this is what I will do. It's like basically like a no makeup look. You could obviously simplify this even so much more by just like doing some of the things that I mentioned in this video. Instead of filling in your brows, you can use a tinted brow gel. You can do just a mineral powder even. You don't have to spot conceal like I did. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because this honestly is what realistically most people wear on a day-to-day basis. They don't have a full face of makeup on and have like this cat eye or anything like that. So I just wanted to share something super simple, going back to basics. So I hope you enjoyed, and let's go ahead and start the tutorial. So all I've got on my face right now is moisturizer, and I've just put a little bit of lip balm on. So normally I would just use a concealer that matches my skin and I would just spot conceal with that, but I actually don't have a concealer in my shade at the moment, so I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different to make this work. But if you have a concealer that matches your skin, then just use that to just conceal like any little blemishes or scars that you may have or discoloration in the skin. So what I'm going to do is use the Makeup Revolution Super Size Conceal and Define. This is an awesome concealer. It is very full coverage and it lasts all day and it doesn't crease. So I use it on my under eyes or like what I'm going to do today. So the shade, like I said, is too light for me. So I'm just going to dab a little bit on the areas that I see I have like discoloration or blemishes, like so. And you normally with hormones and stuff you do get red around the nose, so that's why I've put some there. And I'm just going to dab a couple of dots on my forehead. So because I don't have the right shade of concealer for my skin, I am going to have to go in with a little pinch of foundation, which I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1. This is a foundation and a concealer, so technically I could have just concealed with this, but I just prefer doing it this way or having a concealer that already matches me. But that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to take the tiniest amount, like literally not even a full pump, just like that, because I just want to help the color like not look so crazy on my skin. I'm just using a kabuki brush. I'm going to take a little bit at a time and just pounce out that concealer, and all that does is just make it almost like a filter on my skin. It just blurs out those imperfections and helps with the color as well. And I'm just patting this, going like this. I'm not rubbing it, because I feel like when you're doing it this way, you actually get more coverage from just patting it into the skin. Now I will conceal underneath my eyes just because I do have some dark circles there. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit, literally 2 dots and 1 on each eyelid. Normally you guys have seen me put concealer on when I'm doing a normal makeup tutorial, and it's like a fair bit. So this is very minimalistic. I'm just going to take a little round brush like this. This is the JH08, and I'm just going to pat this out, just because like around your eyelids and stuff you have a lot of veins that can be quite obvious, like very blue red veins. So I like to just make that all an even. Now to set everything, I am using the coconut baking powder from Makeup Revolution. I'm going to use this just underneath my eyes and on my chin and stuff where I want those highlighted areas to be. But for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. And just by taking a little bit, like literally that much of the coconut powder, and I just dab this on my eyelids. Just a tiny bit just to help set that. And then I'll take a little bit more and just put this on my under eye. Then I'm going to put a tiny little bit on my chin just so I have that, you know, highlighted effect. Then I'm just going to take the biggest powder brush I've ever seen, just with a little bit of the Fit Me powder. I'm just going to rub this on the rest of my face. I start off by just pushing it into my skin first, and then I just very, very lightly with a light hand just go round and round to blend everything out so nothing is splotchy. So you could easily skip this step, but I just want to add a little bit of colour and warmth to my skin, so I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer, and I'm just using a huge fluffy brush just to put this on my forehead. I dimensional rather than just flat and all one colour, so I just put a little bit on my forehead and just define out my cheekbones a bit. Now I'm not going to do eyeshadow. All I'm going to do is use this exact same bronzer that I used on my face with a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit just all over in my transition area, just so, like again how we wanted some warmth in the face, I'm going to do the same thing on the eyes. Now for blush, on days like this I definitely like to use a, like, not a glittery blush, but something with a little bit of sheen, a little bit of sparkle in it. And today, this is one of my all-time favorites now, and it is the Laura Geller. I got this in a Lumi box, and it's like a marble blush, and it's so pretty because it does have like a golden sheen in it. This has quickly become one of my favorite blushes. And I put this, normally I'm like very precise and where I put it, but on natural days I like to put it more on the apples of my cheeks, because that's where you naturally blush. I'm going to do a little bit of highlight, and I'm using the Maryloumanizer by The Balm, which is a beautiful vanilla highlighter. And I like to definitely be glowy when I am wearing less makeup. I like my skin to just look really glowy, so I kind of put this all over, but not really. But I'm just putting it on the apples of my cheeks and cheekbones. This helps to blend my blush as well. And while I've got this highlighter out, I'm going to take a tiny little brush, and I'm going to put this on my brow bone, and also just a little bit on the inner corner of my eyes. This is a bit of a personal preference. You probably don't even have to use this, but I always like to line my waterline. I just feel like it brings out my eyes a lot more. So today I either use either a brown or a blue, purple, or sometimes just a black. Today I'm actually using a green, and this is a Bourjous eyeliner, and I'm just going to put this in my waterline. So you can see what a big difference. Like for me, I feel like it's a personal thing. Like I feel like I look better with liner in my waterline. Then I'm just taking a flat shader brush that is dirty, to be honest. It's got other eyeshadows on it, and that's, to be honest, just what I use, and I just blend out a little bit so it's not so like choppy, and then I will just go with my finger back and forth and just blend it out even more. I'm just going to curl my lashes and use a Maybelline mascara. This is called the Sky High mascara, and it's one of my all-time favorites now. Like some days I don't even curl my lashes, to be honest. I'm just showing you all of the steps that you can do. I just put a very little bit of mascara on, and I will put a little bit on my lower lashes too. Now I am going to have to fill in my brows, because sometimes I used to use like a tinted brow gel and just brush them through and I'm good to go. But I don't have any, and also my eyebrows have just been shocking for the past few months. Like I just cannot get them right. I did have some thyroid issues a few years ago, and like hair just stopped growing in certain places, and I cannot grow them, if that makes sense. So I am going to have to fill them in, but you can just leave them if you want, or put even clear brow gel, clear mascara, tinted brow gel, something to make it a bit easier. When I'm doing my lips on days like this, I like to just use a lip gloss that has a little bit of colour in it. So this is just another one that I got from a Lumi box. So I'm just gonna, it's like a rosy coral shade. So there you go guys, that is my quick 5-minute, I guess you could call it a makeup tutorial, even though it's just, yeah, I can literally, if I wasn't talking you through it, I literally can get this look done in 5 minutes and I'm done. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was nice and simple, and it's just one of those realistic makeup looks. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment down below and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my future uploads as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!